What up, YouTube? Ugh. 12 Fourlocos. Fruit punch, variety of Fourloco flavors. Fourloco sour apple. All kinds of different flavors to try. Let's go with the Fourloco peach. Appreciate y'all donating your time and money and energy to watch me do a Fourloco challenge. Oh, it's tasty. Peach Fourloco is so good. Got a variety pack of 12 Fourlocos in this box, different flavors to try. That's what's up. Just sitting here chilling like a rock star villain. Hope y'all are doing fantastic.
The new Motorola Razr Plus.
Let me show you something, it's a good life, it's a good vibe, it's a good time, yeah, we live it up.
Barbie has long been criticized by feminists as a symbol of unattainable, princess-like perfection.
Here's the thing of it. So, Piers Morgan slams the new Barbie movie. We're going to see why he does this.
The iconic metal doll is now the inspiration for a Hollywood movie, one of the most anticipated of the entire year, capping Barbie's evolution from symbol of the patriarchy to feminist icon.
Barbie has smart new styles for every occasion. For dates with Ken, club meetings, tennis.
You can be the first in outer space.
Meet me at the mall.
Cool. What you gonna say next? Listen.
Do you have a crush on anyone?
Anybody know how big the brain is? Sophia. It is medium. Medium.
What's going on? Why are these men looking at me?
Yeah, they're also staring at me.
So, fantastic plastic feminist icon or sexist claptrap. With the movie's outrageously dismissive tagline, she is everything, he is just Ken. Has Barbie actually done a full 180? Is she now anti, not just Ken, but men? Well, I'm joined by Talk TV contributor Esther Kraken, and also by Talk TV presenter Nana Lockwood, and also, drum roll, back from the world's longest holiday, by Grace Blakely, our socialist commentator. I love calling you that. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We've almost missed you.
I have missed you very much as well, obviously.
Don't
Thank you
lie.
for having
And you're wearing your Barbie outfit.
I have apparently been told.
And
I
you've got
look
blonde
like
as I last saw you.
You did this on purpose.
I mean, I
You
can't
did this
say
to
that I
seduce
did.
me.
You actually now are. You
Yeah,
are now
honestly,
Barbie.
you did this to seduce me.
That is a massive compliment, honestly. If I look anything like Margot Robbie,
Now, Fourloco is for 21 and up, tubes. That's what's up.
take that.
So look, let's start with you then on this, given you come dressed as Barbie. So there are a number. Barbie characters in the movie, right? One plays President Barbie, one plays Dr. Barbie, one plays a Barbie with a Nobel Prize in physics, one is a mermaid Barbie. However, all the male characters in Barbie world are simply called Ken. So it's pretty clear where this movie's going. This is
well, no offense to Pierce Morgan, but you can't expect a movie called Barbie to write three-dimensional characters when it comes to men, because after all, it is a movie geared towards females. Turn off slow mode, do a Fourloco challenge as agreed upon with the $100 donation, which I really appreciate. You don't have to donate to my PayPal or Cash App, but it is greatly appreciated. People get this triggered when I turn off regular speed on chat. It's ridiculous, but there you go. Slow mode's off.
assault on not just Ken, but all men.
I mean, I think men in general will have to be a bit kind of snowflakey, suggest they're being assaulted by a Barbie movie. But I kind of think that's besides the point.
Oh, fuck you, you dumb fucking mingy little cunts. If it were gender reversed, you'd be throwing a fit about how they didn't make the female characters more diverse and give them a story. You'd be sitting there moaning about, oh, they're just seen as sex symbols in the movie and blah, blah, blah. Wham. Fuck off with it. Imagine, if you will, if there was like a G.I. Joe movie that parodied Barbie, and then they made the women in that, you know what I'm saying? Peach Fourloco is delicious, but no, freaking, the feminists would lose their shit. If there was a G.I. Joe movie that parodied the Barbie movie and they made the females in that movie one-dimensional and just used them as sex symbols, the feminists would be on Pierce Morgan going, oh my God, I'm offended. But when men get offended, we're told to just suck it up and you're being a little snowflake. Piss off with that double standard, dude. I see you, punk rock. He's like, chug it. Chug it, he says. People get so triggered when slow mode's on. It's like, who bloody fucking cares? But yeah, I turned slow mode off. We got 12 Fourlocos. I poured the majority of it into my weekend cup here. That's what's up. This entire box of Fourloco plus a pack of NXTs literally cost me $44. Then another 20 some odd dollars for the cab ride to go get it. So yeah, it was an expensive trip, but I did it for my fans. They wanted to see a Fourloco challenge. I'll deliver.
I mean, I think, you know, the questions that we have around this one, whether or not Barbie is a feminist icon.
Is she?
Actually, well, I think it matters less than the fact that the Barbie franchise has commercialized the feminist critique. So now you can be like, oh, you can feel like a good feminist because you buy a doll for $25.99, or you can feel like a hashtag girl boss because Barbie has a Nobel Prize or Barbie's an entrepreneur.
Fuck Barbie. Okay, I was not a fan of it as a kid. I hated Barbie growing up because it was overly feminine. But now as an adult, I hate it because of what it teaches women. You know, that this is the ideal body type, that you can do anything you want. And those are just simply negative reinforcements for women. You know that? Where are my ladies at? You feel me on this? 95% of women who grow up playing with Barbie have eating disorders or body image issues, or they're super materialistic. That's just my opinion. That women don't have to have expensive and lavish things to be happy, and Barbie teaches them the exact opposite. So that's just my take on it from a MGTOW feminist perspective. Could you imagine, though, if like they made a G.I. Joe movie and the feminists were going off about how one-dimensional the female characters were? And some man went on Pierce Morgan and they were like, oh my God, look at these snowflake, mangy little cunts fucking whining on about it. Piss off, dude. At some point during the stream, I'm probably going to put my headphones on and listen to music, so... Excuse me. I did a spot of laundry recently, and yeah, right now I'm wearing one of my most favorite Cradle of Filth t-shirts. I got this at the Cradle of Filth concerts. Yeah. I've officially seen Ozzy Osbourne twice in concert, and I've seen Cradle of Filth for the first time during my birthday month a couple months back, and it was just awesome. Excuse me. Would highly recommend seeing Cradle of Filth live. Dude, I got to shriek alongside Danny Filth, and it was pretty freaking epic. At one point during the show, my shriek was dueling with his, and you could hear it in the audience. It was awesome.
Whereas actually, feminism is rooted in the struggles of ordinary women. It's about the fact that, you know, women often get paid less. It's about...
Oh, what struggle is that? You don't have the Malibu Dream House and the Dickless Wonder known as Ken?
Women are on the front line of some of the hardest sectors to work in care.
What? Yeah, but does Barbie even preach feminist issues, or is it all about all the accessories you get to have with her? That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm reminded of that one episode of The Simpsons where Lisa tries to make a Malibu Stacy that's, you know, more relevant and teaches women to empower themselves rather than rely on unrealistically obtainable goals. And they immediately get shut down. I just don't like Barbie because it spreads the franchise as a whole, because I'm a dude, and because it spreads a very toxic message to women that this is what the ideal body looks like, that if you can't find a dickless six-packed wonder to do your evil bidding, then you're not a real woman. And it's like, fuck off. Fuck right off. You know why Ken doesn't have a dick? Because Barbie's got it in her purse. And I don't think Barbie's going woke enough. What if Barbie made a trans Barbie? How do you like them apples? With like a magnet penis to attach to it. Too far? No, pregnant Barbie was too far. Thank you very much. I saw a video on YouTube of strangest children's toys, and pregnant Barbie was up there. And I was like, okay, these are little girls. I know women are like put under way too much pressure to have babies and shit. And having the pregnant Barbie is just too far, in my opinion. Barbie teaches women to rely on their looks to go places in life, and that's a very shallow thing to teach women, in my opinion. Yes. I'm not answering the fucking door. If it's paid for, just drop it off at the door. Of course this crap starts as soon as I go live. It's predictable. That one's not quite done yet. I got a glass full here. I'm aware there's someone knocking at the door, but the signs on the front of the door, if they can't read, then why the fuck are they doing their thing? I'm not answering the goddamn door while I do my stream. This is so fucking predictable. Cobra's a man of his word, so let's fucking try to ruin it for him.
In our healthcare system and social care, it's about the fact they do so much unpaid labor
How many
in the
female
household.
bricklayers do you know?
I mean,
Or female bin cleaners.
Great
What are
question.
you,
I love,
what are you talking
I love
about?
Great
the
question.
assumption.
Have you ever met a female bricklayer?
I don't know.
No, you haven't.
But I
Because
love
they don't
the
exist.
assumption that
You made
being
that
a
up.
bricklayer is harder than like caring for the terminally ill and dying.
Have you ever
Like,
been a
those
bricklayer
are-
in the winter?
But like, have you ever been someone
A
looking
caretaker?
after the
Yes,
terminally ill
yes,
and
I actually
dying?
have. Yes,
like, it's
I have.
obviously
Yes, I
a
have.
very, very challenging job, isn't it?
And it's
like,
not as hard as being a bricklayer.
But in what sense? What
I've
does that even
excuse
mean?
me, you asked me if
Are we
I've done it
talking
before.
about-
Oh,
I
I've
have.
missed
I
this.
have.
Yeah. Are we talking
I have
about
done it
whether or not it's
before.
physically challenging, emotionally challenging? I mean, there are care workers who are running up and down between houses getting paid less than minimum wage.
No, I
because
get
they're-
that, but you
know-
don't make a fortune as a bricklayer either, and you're out in the elements.
I just don't understand
Do you know
why
what? I'm
we're
going to
pitting
launch some
these
campaign.
professions against each other. It's a bizarre culture.
Let me try and get one single word in here. So, Rosanna, look, Barbie's jobs include being an astronaut, a surgeon, Olympic athlete, downhill skier, aerobics instructor, TV news reporter, vet, rock star, doctor, army officer, Air Force pilot, summit diplomat, rap musician, presidential candidate, baseball player, scuba diver, lifeguard, firefighter, engineer, dentist, and many more. I mean, she's not a bad feminist icon. She's done everything.
She's had over 200 careers, apparently, since she was first conceived. But you know
Is
what?
she a feminist icon?
Look, when you
Look, let's be realistic about this, YouTube. Women should not be expected to do everything. That's another unrealistic expectation that Barbie puts on a younger audience. That women have their limitations, and that's just all right. Not every woman's going to have that perfect Barbie figure, and that's just all right. And their idea of being body positive, Barbie's idea is to feature a Kardashian of all people. Yeah. Exactly. Ken doesn't do anything. He's just there for Barbie to look at. It's disgusting.
said unattainable princess, perfect like perfection, this is what you were thinking of.
Like new from G.I. Joe. Here comes the army wife. G.I. Joe dolls come with PTSD and a drinking problem. Woman, you burnt the casserole. Motherfucker. You know what's disgusting is how our veterans get treated in our country. Can I just say that? The fact that there are so many homeless veterans out there is just disgusting, in my opinion. It's appalling. It's appalling. But appalling. There's the word. No, it's appalling, YouTube, to say the least. No respect.
Three women here.
It's
Obviously,
true.
I think all three of us
Perfectly imperfect. Can we settle on that?
We probably all played with Barbies growing up. I'm going to guess that.
Given Barbie's enormous reach now, given how many different Barbie dolls there are, you can almost have a Barbie doll for any type, whatever. Is she legitimately a feminist icon?
No, I don't think she is, but there are other toys available if you don't like her.
Why does Barbie need to be a feminist icon? Why can't girls just play with pretty dolls?
I don't think that she should be a feminist
young girls
icon.
don't
I
even
don't think
understand
that
anything to do with feminism.
I don't think that feminism should be co-opted by massive multinational.
See, the girl in the middle makes a very fair point. Why should it matter if she's a feminist icon or not? They're just toys. Yeah, I hear that argument, but I don't like what Barbie teaches little girls. As somebody who respects women and thinks, you know, women are being told to completely have no self-respect. Sure, when you're a boy at that age, you might giggle and lift down her shirt and be like, I see Barbie's boobs. Typical, you know, very typical little boy behavior, but outside of that, you know.
Well, that's fine, but I don't think young girls even need to learn about it.
But Grace, what about if it's...
You don't think women should learn about feminism? Well, it depends on your definition. I think feminism as an idea is great for girls to learn, to empower themselves, and be like, fuck the society that says, well, women have to do this, this, and this, and this. I fight for women's equality and for women's rights because nobody's going to fight for men's rights or men's equality. So you got to start somewhere. I mean, you want to disagree with Cobra, that's your perspective. People are like, chug it. I got all night to do this fucking stream, so I don't have to like chug a whole shit ton at once, you know? Just casually sit back and give y'all a solid drinking stream, dude. Oh, look at that goodness. You see that? Peach Fourloco. I ordered Puff some more food and he already has it. I got him some fresh lettuce. Bearded dragons can have bananas, but not a whole lot. Less than 5% of their diet. I Googled it. So Puff has never had banana before. I gave him a small chunk to go with his fresh lettuce. And he likes it. I can tell my bearded dragon, his favorite food is the super worms. He loves those things. And a shout out to PetSmart. Yeah. I can tell Puff is comfortable with his living arrangements. He doesn't like scratch on the glass as much as he used to. He just chills out and does his thing. Ideally, if you have a bearded dragon, you want to get a light bulb, you know, the heating lights. You want it to be a 100-watt heating light bulb. It keeps his cage between 107 to like 90 degrees. Somewhere in that little sweet spot there, because that's what they need, you know. And those heating lights last a long time.
The way young girls are growing up. That's
Well, I mean, I think this is the problem people have with feminism. This is what
the problem with any of it really is the way women are being told certain things, like all men are just assholes, all men want is sex, blah, blah, blah. That's a very negative. I get you don't want your little girl dating until she's old enough. I get that. But that doesn't mean you got to spread lies about men to get that point across. I mean, could you imagine if, like, it were gender reversed? You didn't want your little guy dating until he was old enough. So you were telling him that all women are just cunts and that you can't trust them. All they want your money and they don't care about you or your feelings. Women would lose their shit. And rightfully so. It's kind of unfair to sit there and say, oh, well,
End up having all these debates about, like, oh, you know, feminism doesn't account for the struggles of ordinary.
No, Puff is doing just fine, man. He chills out in his enclosure. He lounges underneath his heat lamp and just does his thing. I moved his hideaway back over to where it was originally. He likes it underneath the heat lamp. So yeah, I let Puff just chill out and do his thing, and I'll occasionally take him out to get exercise and run around the apartment and then to soak in a nice hot bathtub. Not too hot, mind you, just hot enough to be like, if it's relaxing to my touch, then I know Puff is going to love it. I'm very protective of my lizard. And I'm so glad Ian let me have first pick. You know, like, you have no idea. I love my bearded dragon, dude. He's bad to the fucking bone, you know. I love my bearded dragon. I've always wanted a reptile, you know, and I've grown up with dogs my entire life. And don't get it twisted, I love dogs. But when Obi, Lily, and Chance passed away, it's hard. So yeah, I'm the proud owner of an Australian bearded dragon. And if you take one look at him, he's content. Like, if anything, he's spoiled. You know, he really is.
And it's just like very rich and wealthy women at the top of companies saying, I want more money. It's because feminism, which is actually a critique of capitalism in part, has been taken over by big multinational corporations who basically say, look, we have 3 women on our board, so the gender struggle is over. And it's just, this is a symptom of a wider problem.
All right, you mentioned gender. The Bank of England says anyone can get pregnant.
The best lettuce to get for Puff is romaine lettuce. If you have a bearded dragon and you want to feed them lettuce, romaine lettuce is a bearded dragon's favorite kind of lettuce. And I'll DoorDash him lettuce from the local Albertsons. It's just a big old head of romaine lettuce. And it's like, you know, the kind you go to the vegetable section of the grocery store, and there it is. There it fucking is, YouTube. Yeah, Puff loves his romaine lettuce. He's an adult bearded dragon, so you don't gotta feed him but every 3 days. And he's content. I fed him like twice in the last couple of days. So give it about two days or so, and I'll check up on him as far as the food goes. And if his lettuce is dried up from him not eating it, then I replace it with fresh lettuce and a little bit of calcium powder, and he's good. Bearded dragons are surprisingly easy to take care of if you know what you're doing. And I'm doing a damn good job of taking care of Puff, otherwise Metro would have taken him away, which stunningly hasn't worked. You know that? People tried so hard to call animal control on me, try to do a wellness check on my lizard, and it didn't work. Last time Metro came to check on me and Puff, they're like, it's clear you're doing a good job with your lizard. We're not going to bother you again with this. And I'm like, oh, okay. I already let Metro know on Facebook publicly that I'm King Cobra JFS. I own a bearded dragon that I'm proud to call my pets and my brother and my companion, you know. And Puff adores me, dude. I let him out of his enclosure one time and I stepped into the kitchen and I was just bitching to myself, you know. And Puff came into the kitchen to see if I was doing okay. He kind of looked up at me like, dude, what's the matter? And I immediately quit complaining because it was like, you know, people wanted a Fourloco challenge, and I'm like, here's the first one. We got a variety pack of Fourlocos to try. I didn't get one specific flavor. I told the liquor store, mix it up, surprise me. And they did exactly that, so I appreciate it. I would love to plug the liquor store that helped me with my challenge, but I don't want them getting harassed. You know who you are, and that's what's up. I managed to hand feed Puff a couple times. I'll grab a super worm and I'll dangle it in front of his face and he'll eat it out of my hand. Now Puff doesn't scratch on his cage because he wants out. He doesn't do that anymore because his cage is properly heated. You know, and Wyoming's very hot and very dry, or otherwise very cold in the winter. So yeah, he does have a water dish in his enclosure for him to like bathe in and play around in and like get drinks of water. So yeah, I love Puff. He's just awesome, dude. I've never heard of bearded dragons until my buddy Ian showed me Puff. And Ian came over one time and we were getting drunk together and he told me how he had to move out of the apartment complex and he couldn't take Puff with me. And he said, are you interested? And I said, yeah, I'd love to take Puff off your hands. At first, I was kind of like a little nervous, like, oh, geez. But now that I know what I'm doing, it's no big deal. Excuse me. You've seen Puff, dude, when he just chills out on my shoulder and does his thing, or he'll crawl on top of my hats, you know.
The identity. They've offered to help staff to.
So if you can make time for it, it's definitely worth it. I love my bearded dragon. He's just awesome. You know, and my trolls are so pissed off that Puff makes me happy. They've tried everything to fuck with me on it. And it hasn't worked. And it's like, you know what my trolls could do? They could get a bearded dragon for themselves if they're so obsessed with Puff, you know. But their hatred of me would ruin their bearded dragon, you know. My trolls don't have the time to raise a bearded dragon. Their hatred for Cobra consumes their life. No, I love Puff. He's amazing. He's got really beautiful markings. He's a handsome bearded dragon. And when he gets pissed off, he puffs up like a cobra, you know, he flattens out. You know, he lets you know, which makes his body language really easy to read. But that's the only similarity that Puff has to an actual cobra. Outside of that, you know, different species of reptile kind of thing. You know. And snakes are a lot different, and I've never had a reptile before, so Puff is just great. For getting my hands wet, for getting used to, you know. I put some rocks in Puff's enclosure to give it some texture, and he don't mind it in the slightest. In fact, he likes it. He'll play with the rocks and knock them against the glass, you know. I put a pile of rocks and kind of scatter them here and there. And I'm like, okay, Puff, these are your rocks. You put them where you want to put them. And he did too. He put the rocks exactly where he wants to put them. So he's very content. But going back to this Pierce Morgan video, cheers. I support Pierce Morgan. Yeah. Freaking. A lot of people don't like Pierce Morgan, and they accused Sharon Osbourne of being a racist for supporting Pierce Morgan. But I'm like, why is that? Because they're both white? Fuck you. And this is something I pointed out in my newest rap album. You know, Rachel and Randy Rhoads. Well, Rachel was Ozzy Osbourne's former hairdresser, and she was very much black. And what happened to her and Randy was simply tragic. Simply tragic, to say the least. And the point I made is not trying to kiss Sharon and Ozzy's ass here, but the point I made was, how the fuck is Sharon Osbourne racist? Wasn't Rachel black? You know, like, it's stupid. It's like, well, Sharon's white, so automatically she's racist. I'm like, that's how it feels when you're a white person in today's society. It's fucking stupid. To better help you understand that, if you're black and you're sick and tired of people assuming stereotypes of black people and then hating on you because of those stereotypes, that's just the nicest, most PC way of putting it. And rightfully so, black people get sick of that crap. Like, look, man, we're not all like that. Okay, you can't let the assholes and the N-words ruin it for the whole race. You know, Chris Rock said it best. That's an N-word moment. We have those in the white community. They're called cracker moments. See what I did there? Yeah. When your white friend's being racist, when your white friend is being super racist, and you're like, dude, I know whites are getting bullied because of the crap they pulled in the 1950s, but could you not return the hatred back? That's part of acknowledging white privilege, is being like, yes, it's extremely unfair that white people are being persecuted today for the crap that white people did 50, 60 years ago plus. But how would you feel if you were in a black person's shoes? You spend the last, 500 plus years, whatever it may be, from slave days past 1970, taking crap from people. You know, or taking crap from white people, I mean, but you know what I meant. You get what I'm jiving at. You know, you'd be a little jaded too, YouTube. So acknowledging my white privilege is simply saying I am not responsible for the racist white assholes that feel persecuted because they get attacked just for being white. Not because they've personally gone out of their way to be a fucking cunt to black people, but because, oh, you're white, so guilty by association. Fuck that shit. The hypocrisy of everything just, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like the hypocrisy of this woman in the pink dress hanging out with Pierce Morgan, calling men snowflakes because we're offended that men in the new Barbie movie are getting misrepresented as just some asshole with a dick with no character development. And I'm like, first of all, it's a movie about Barbie, which is a doll for little girls, so take it with a grain of salt. Second of all, it's a movie for girls. What do you expect's gonna happen? They're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna give men equal representation and complex character development. Piss off. It's one of my more. This is my most favorite. This tops my Jesus is a cunt T-shirt, to be honest, which I need to replace. But oh, dude, you don't even know. I got to see Cradle of Filth live, and I was starstruck. Literally starstruck, slamming Bud Lights and Budweisers. And like just seeing Danny Filth live was a real treat. I mean, like just Cradle of Filth in general, but like, dude, come on, you know. All these Cradle of Filth fans running around, and you know, Cobra had to show off his shriek. And one of my YouTube fans, I met so many King Cobra JFS fans at the Cradle of Filth show. It was just fucking awesome. It made it that much more memorable. When you got some hot chick dressed goth as fuck, cute blonde hair doing her thing, like, are you King Cobra JFS? And I says, yes, I am. Can I take a photo? I'm a fan of your videos. Well, sure you can. Well, it colored me surprised. I wasn't expecting to have such a celebrity welcome when going to a concert, you know, but at the same time, I was just tickled pink to be like, oh, hey, I'm getting recognized at a Cradle of Filth concert. Yeah. In fact, these two dudes that I was talking with, they're like, dude, we've been watching you since high school. This is surreal. Can we get a photo with you? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And I'm here for my fans, YouTube. Like, I don't care if I'm in a pissed off mood or if I'm having a bad fucking day, you know. I suck it up and I deal with it when it comes to my fans. Because for them, they're the reason why I get to do what I do on YouTube. I have nothing to lie about. You weren't there, you don't know. Good day to wear the tactical soap, let me tell you. Chicks, you could tell, were making an excuse or trying as hard as they can to stand close to me because I had Bond #1 on. And yeah. I was the only motherfucker that pulled out a lighter for an amphetamine. Amphetamine started playing, and I'm like doing one of those concert lighter moments to it, you know. And I didn't care if Danny Filth and friends noticed me at the concerts. I was just simply having a good time. It was spectacular, to say the least. And when Danny Filth sings, he gets into it. Like his whole body just, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll stop spurging.
Gender reassignment treatment, including this has all been going on in your absence ad nauseum. Some might think this whole gendered.
No, if Barbie was a feminist icon, the whole Barbie movie would have been about how much women are victimized and about how much men are assholes, repeating all the bullshit they hear their daddies say about men. And to be fair, yes, men can be pigs, but not all men are pigs. And if they're raised right, you know, I try to treat women with as much respect as they treat me. I don't go out of my way to be super respectful, but polite and civil to a point, you know? If I hear some women going off about how much she hates men, I'm like, whose dick do we gotta step on? Ooh, I got a 12. Okay, well, now almost 11 Fourlocos. This is gonna be a fun stream. And I apologize in advance for any music that I may listen to while intoxicated. Fangirl Kate, what's up? I don't even know how many items I have on my customized girl, but it gets to a point where I run out of ideas. for t-shirts, and I let the merchandise just ride out because I've got so many items on my t-shirts. It's ridiculous, dude. Which is just fine because it gives my fans options. 1 second. My storefront. Let's see here. 269 giggity goo. All right, designs. It catches up to you, dude. I didn't even realize, yeah. Some of my t-shirts are a bit obnoxious, but it's all in good fun. Like this one right here. Drink some Jack and Jill off. It's a female masturbation, women's liberation t-shirt. It's not meant to make fun of female empowerment or women's lib. It encourages it. That, hey, if men can enjoy a good wank, why can't women enjoy it too? And you can check that out if you want to. There's a link to one of my t-shirts. You can check that out if you want. You don't have to, but it's greatly appreciated. So many amazing designs. I got designs with puffers on it. So yeah, nobody will love Puff as much as I do. It's not a competition, but you know what I'm saying. I have yet to do a 4th of July t-shirt, which my next t-shirt's going to be a 4th of July t-shirt commemorating those delicious barbecue ribs I made for the 4th of July, which turned out simply amazing. The flavor profile. Some of the best goddamn barbecue ribs I ever made. Yes, sir. I even got some of the, Smoking with the Devil. That's a good t-shirt. See, I got a lot of awesome t-shirt designs. I'm not going to spend the entire YouTube stream plugging my merch because that just comes off as a little beggish, but you know where to look. I'll plug one more. Check that out. Smoking with the Devil. I got a lot of anti-communist t-shirts as well, LGBTQ friendly,
That this concept that anyone of any gender identity can become pregnant is obviously ludicrous.
And we're going to stretch into that conversation. I'm like, the only time you're going to see a pregnant trans man is if the woman is transitioning into a man and, she hasn't had the bottom surgery and she still has her uterus. I'm sorry, but that's just biology.
Start before even.
Pierce Morgan made this bloody video about how pronouns are becoming a distraction to people's education. People are it's like, okay, when you go to school, reading, writing, arithmetic, math, art, science, history, English, gym class, home ec, art, lunchtime, recess. That's it. Stuff like that. If you want to teach kids gender ideology and crap like that, at least wait till they're in high school, dude. Like, it's a bit creepy to be forcing this crap down children's throats when they don't give a shit. They're like, when's recess? When's lunch? That's all they care about, dude. They leave the classroom confused, like, you can teach kids to be tolerant of LGBTQ without grooming them, just say, excuse me. One of my fans sent me a bunch of Indian food, and I appreciate that. I'm munching out on that. Goat curry is delicious.
opening up into this discussion, talking about, yes, I've been away for 9 months and I've come back and watched how our entire political debate has become dominated by this tiny, tiny fringe issue. We have this massive moral panic over an issue that affects so few people.
It's not a fringe issue.
The climate is literally like the earth is.
No, you can care about the
point,
climate, and you
while
can
there's
also,
a massive cost of living crisis going.
What the fuck does the climate have to do with like whether or not you think trans people can get pregnant? Like you know what I'm saying? You know you're wrong, and you know your argument's wasted and it's pointless. So what do? You veer off course to a more rational debate. Because don't you? Oh my God! I support LGBTQ plus, but there's a line that I draw. I side with J.K. Rowling. Okay, I don't identify as cisgendered. I'm just a man with male pronouns. I'm not a part of the fucking. Don't force cisgender down my throat and then fucking get pissed off when people mislabel your pronouns. It's fucking hypocritical. Like, yeah, I said it. I fucking said it. Oh, controversy. One second. I got me a pack of Marlboro NXTs and like 12 Fourlocos at one of my local liquor stores, and it literally cost me $44. So there you go. You wanted a Fourloco challenge? I will deliver. I'm not going to go out for a cigarette just yet, but I figured I'd pack it and get it ready to, you know. How does Cobra pack his cigarettes? Let me show you. I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hail Satan. Open it. Oh yeah, hashtag fresh pack. I'm gonna take all this sexy goth black foil off the cigarettes. Now I want to flip my luckies for 420. 4 being the one in the middle right here. And because I identify with the left-hand path, we're going to go on my left. And we're going to take that cigarette on the left right there and flip it. Beep. There we go. 420 for the devil. That's how I pack my cigarettes. Like, I generally like cigarettes. These are for 21 and up. My main brand is definitely the Marlboro NXTs. I love the pack design, very sharp. But I'm not picky when it comes to cigarettes, to be honest.
Oh,
I was honestly just shocked that this is what we're talking about.
You can care about the climate, and you can also care about the full frontal attack on the integrity of women's sport because of transgender athletes. You can care.
I mean, the integrity of it is, he's not wrong. There is a moral compass that makes people a little questionable on the whole issue. Let me kick off my boots. I get my my shoes from Walmart, not a sponsor. Yeah. I get these black steel toe suede Brahmas. That's been my go-to for several years now, and I love it. Why do I like wearing steel toes? Is because it protects my toes no matter what I'm doing. And if I gotta kick some bugger in the fucking side of the head for talking shit, it gets the point across. There we are. Oop. I'm sorry, Salazar. Come here, bud. There we go. I didn't mean to knock off my stuffed cobras. Hold up. I got 2 of these. Okay, they were adorable. These little stuffed monocled cobra things. And Salazar is pretty much the same as the orange one, but different color scheme and a little bit bigger.
Men rapists being put into female prisons. That cost Nicola Sturgeon her job, by the way. You can care about all those issues too.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, YouTube. You have men who have raped a bunch of women and they identify as trans as they're getting arrested because they want to go to a female prison and rape more women. It's what it is. They don't want to face the consequences for their actions. Realistically, if a child was caught stealing candy from the candy store, you wouldn't give them a job working in the same candy store. That's ludicrous.
And yet,
I would have thought you would have come.
And yet, when J.K. Rowling says, okay, I stand up for trans rights, however, this is fucked up. This is going to make trans people look bad. This is just bad publicity for LGBTQ, as well as, on top of that, it makes women feel unsafe. She gets labeled a transphobe. And I'm like, okay, what? And then when J.K. Rowling comes out and says that she's not cisgendered, she's just a woman, she doesn't want to be a part of whatever the fuck you're doing, she's doing her thing, you're doing your thing, whatever, she gets labeled as toxic. And I'm like, kiss my ass, dude. I keep hearing knocking at my door, and I'm not going to answer it while I'm streaming. So I don't know what to tell you. Keep sending me more stupid shit through DoorDash. And if it's actual fan-sent food, then I appreciate it. I'm sure I'll have a hell of a time munching out on it after the stream. But right now, I'm focused on my fans and the stream. You wanted a Fourloco challenge? Cobra is going to deliver on that promise. I got 12 cans of Fourloco, and I turned chat off of slow mode as requested, so y'all can have fun just blah, 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 going nuts in the chat, you know.
You know what? I've seen the light beers. You're right about this.
And yet, this is what we're talking about.
I think
there is a reason that we are talking about this issue rather than the Bank of England just raised interest rates. That's going to mean that millions of families are not going to be able to repay their debt, repay their loans. They're going to be pushed into poverty. And here we are talking about some, absurd...
To repay your debts, here is some solid advice, YouTube. Don't take out a bank loan unless you can afford to pay it back. I mean, that's just finance 101. I would love to have a church bell in my possession, not because of anything, but because I love bells, and the sound of a church bell is just magnificent. I found a couple websites that sell used church bells, but bloody hell are they expensive. And I don't really have the space for it in my apartment, depending on how big the bell is, of course. So it is what it is.
I think you've just hit the nail on the head, because shouldn't the Bank of England be more concerned with bringing down inflation rates than, offering their employees?
Yes, I'm sure this was just some sort of random thing that was...
No, it's not random.
That's
Rosanna, hang on. Bring in Rosanna,
Random, but
our economics expert.
if you look at the crux of the issue, this was actually probably a freedom of information request. Stonewall, the Bank of England applied to Stonewall to say, we want to be in your top 100 list of diversity and inclusion sort of index thing. This was last year they made this application. The information has only been revealed now. And I would say that is the Telegraph and the other papers.
The problem with this is I'll go out on a limb and stick up for big international banks. is that if you have a lot of people who are too fucking bloody stupid to be like, oh, hey, I can't afford to pay back the money for this loan, but I'm going to take one out anyways, and then the economy crashes, what are you supposed to do? Now, these banks are losing money because people are too fucking stupid to finance their shit better. You know, people want to give me crap for being horrible with money, but guess what? I don't have a credit card, and I've never once taken out a loan. If I can't afford to pay it back, then I just don't do it. It makes, you know, and that's really, you go beyond these major banks. That's just common sense. People always minging on about how they have bills and how their money is tight, and I'm like, well, when you're taking out bank loans that you can't afford to pay back, and then the bank has to repossess your car, your house, whatever, you know, that's how they get you. It's legal loan sharking is what it is.
On the argument that the Bank of England has lax monetary policy, and they're trying to make the argument that they've been too focused on diversity.
And it's playing up to cultural
But let's be clear, look,
Marxists and
you
the
can
woke
have-
brigade.
Yeah, but look,
or
you can
whatever.
you can have 120,000 genders, as many as you like. Only women can get pregnant.
But like,
I mean, that's just a biological fact. Only women get.
Yeah, what the fuck is even that? Okay, there's not enough Fourloco on the floor here to comprehend that. 20,000 genders? How the fuck does that work? And I'm pretty sure Piers Morgan's being sarcastic. That's a classic British sense of humor. But like, here's the thing of it. Sky News Australia and Piers Morgan is going after the new Barbie movie. Is it an attack on the male gender, or is it just being misconstrued? And you know, I hear the argument that women make whenever there's a movie that writes women as one-dimensional or as sex objects or whatever. Women, rightfully so, lose their shit and go, hey, wait a minute. That's an unfair representation of women, and that's kind of unfair. And like, the character development for this female character could have been more diverse. Women will minge on about that for days. But when it's a movie about Barbie and her stupid boyfriend Ken, and then her boyfriend Ken's given this one-dimensional dumb guy role, nobody says shit. Because if you complain about it as a man, you get told you're just mansplaining. But if you were to accuse a woman of nagging, which is like the equivalent of telling a man he's just mansplaining, women would lose their shit. It'd be like, oh, you don't care about my emotions. You'd never hear the end of it. And it's like, oh, if you want your dick sucked tonight, it ain't gonna happen, bud. You just pissed off your fucking female friend. Well, there's 1 down and 11 to go. Doing a Fourloco challenge. I got a small box for Fourlocos at the side of my feet here. I bought 12 Fourlocos as requested because someone paid me $100 fucking to do a Fourloco challenge. And I spent almost half of that money on Fourloco and a pack of cigarettes so I could do the challenge for my YouTube. But then halfway through getting that money, they changed their mind and they were just like, I want you to do a live stream where you turn slow mode off on chat. And I'm like, here's a compromise, friend. Let's do both. Thank you for your generosity. Ooh, I like this one. It's Cobra Cult colors, black and green. Black flame to light my green smoke. This one's sour apple flavored. This might taste like a sour apple Jolly Rancher. Let's see. Well, let's get it. Oh. Oh. Can I just stop and say this? Fourloco, dude, not a sponsor, but Fourloco makes delicious flavors. If you like sour apple, this is your jam, dude. If you're all about that sour apple thug life, you know what I'm saying? This tastes like sour apple and a half. This tastes like a sour apple Jolly Rancher. Okay, Fourloco is an alcoholic beverage. It is for 21 and up. That's why I age restricted the video to comply with the YouTube overlords who have graciously allowed me to have a platform on their amazing website. Is it actually green? Oh, it is. Yes. Excuse me. I poured a little into the glass. See what color it is. Oh, it actually is green. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Oh, fuck.
Pregnant.
People
You can have as
who-
many gender debates as you want. You can feel like a mouse for all I care.
Only
But you
people
can't
who are
actually pretend
born
anyone other than a
women.
biological female can have a baby.
Yeah, sure. Only people who are born women can get pregnant.
You
but
accept
people who are born women can also become men.
Yeah, but here's the argument. People who are born women, sometimes women who are born women are born without a uterus. So sometimes women who are born women can't have babies. And then the trans community likes to use that as an arguing point as to why they can get pregnant or they can lactate. And it's such a stupid fucking argument. But I hear what they're saying. So if you become a woman after being a dude for so long, you're basically a female who can't get pregnant or have periods. And if you can acknowledge that, then I will call you a female. I'll call you a female regardless because it's the polite thing to do. Unless you're a piece of shit like Audrey Hale, in which case I'm like, fuck you to Pluto and back. Woo! That is sour, dude. Woo! You wanted a drinking stream. People paid for it. It's the weekend. I got you, cool Cobras. Whether or not I'll be able to finish all 12 Fourlocos remains to be seen. But I shall give it my best. But can we just acknowledge real quickly how pretty that shade of green is? Even if it is only just a sour apple flavor. This literally tastes like a sour apple Jolly Rancher. This is delicious if you like sour stuff. Oh, look at that. Look at that prettiness. There we are. No particular random order. Just pour some in a cup, drink it, whatever. It don't matter. As long as we're doing the challenge, which we are. But nobody wants to sit there and watch me just chug 12 Fourlocos. Where's the pizzazz? Where's the entertainment? So I'll watch random videos on YouTube, but they don't have to be political, you know. Just sit here and have a drink and be like, well, this is my take. If you agree with me, like the video.
Not become
And
They can't.
people who are
They can't
who
become
become
men.
men can also legitimately become mothers.
They
That
can't
happens all
become.
the time.
They
Anyone
can't
can
become
become
men.
They can't.
The only, oh my God, no, they cannot. Men cannot become mothers. You want to argue with me on this? This is biology, toots. Okay, men cannot become mothers unless it is a female transitioning into a male and she hasn't had her bottom surgery yet. That's the only time that's gonna work. And like she's, as a woman, feels like she's forced to say this, otherwise Twitter mob will come after her and try to cancel her for saying anything otherwise. People accuse me of having thin skin, but I'm like, you ought to take a look at these stunning and brave individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to make, and take it from somebody who gets bullied on a daily basis. People get mad at me for saying certain things on YouTube, but I get called a retard on a daily fucking basis. I can't cancel somebody for calling me a retard because I'm not trans or gay. So I'm pretty much told to shove it up your ass and just deal with it, Cobra. You want to be a famous YouTuber? This is the kind of crap you got to put up with. So when I hear about these assholes bitch about equality, I'm like, you're funny.
Men, biological men are biological men.
Yeah, I mean, if
They
you're
can be
born
trans.
women, you can
They
become
can
a
be
trans
they
man.
can be a trans man. Let's settle
Yeah.
on that. Why do we have to change it?
I mean, I agree. I made this point to you like a year.
Yeah, that's exactly my point, Pierce Morgan. Thank you. Was why do we gotta change everything just to fit the narrative of 1% of the population? Just to have that same population turn around and be like, oh, well, you're cisgendered. Fuck you. I'm going to hate you. But if you hate the other person for being trans, then you're the bigot. I'm like, the utter hypocrisy of it. I'm like, alcohol is a great way for like coping with the bullshit of society. Fourloco sour apple. I'm loving the black and the green, very Cobra Cult-esque. Is it my favorite flavor of Fourloco? It's good, but I don't really. If I had a favorite flavor of Fourloco, it'd probably be the peach. Not trying to dog on the good old sour apple. I like the can, I like the taste. But like, honestly, I don't really have a favorite flavor. If I did, it'd probably be peach or some shit like that, you know.
And I thought we kind of settled it. You know, you have cis women and trans women and cis men and trans men. We don't have.
Hey, can we stop segregating people like trans versus cis women, trans versus this and that, gays versus straights? As long as you're not a sicko, who gives a shit? We're all just people trying to live our life, you know.
Get all up in arms about all this stuff. It just doesn't matter that much.
I'm so glad.
It doesn't matter that much. I actually agree with the chick in the pink outfit. It really doesn't matter that much. But from a perspective from people who actually are a part of LGBTQ, it does matter. You want to be recognized as a woman. And the toxic thing about society is these gender-based roles that women belong in the kitchen, that women have babies, etc., that women wear dresses. And this goes beyond like trans and gay and all of that crap. There's just a lot of toxic messages about women and men, and this is how women act, this is how men act. And even trans people are confined to that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Oh, men don't wear dresses, only women wear them. And it's just like, kiss my Scottish Viking ass. My Scottish ancestors wore kilts as a part of their culture. And it wasn't seen as a dress. It was just seen as, "Oi!" You know what I'm saying? Where are my fellow Scottish fans at? And a shout out to the McNeils, my Scottish clan that I'm related to, whose clan colors are black and green. Yeah. I actually descend from 80% British and like Scottish, Norwegian, Viking. You know, Norwegian black metal. Bleh. Yeah, I descend from that, and that's just awesome. And I got the ancestry.com to back it up. I did an ancestry.com test, and I was just like, that explains my love for black metal and Viking culture. And of course, British culture, because, yeah, Big Ben's my favorite clock tower. Or will be my favorite clock tower as soon as I build my own. And it's just like, oh, sorry, Big Ben. Cobra's Cathedral clock tower trumps you. The clock tower I built for my dream house will be nowhere near as tall as Big Ben, but it doesn't need to be to make an impression. It really doesn't. Now, if I were to build my fucking clock towered mansion, it would have anywhere from 48 to 68 bells. I feel like that's a good range. You know, but like 48 bells would be like 4 octaves on the dot, the 48th bell being rung on a hemp rope, you know. I honestly feel like 48 to 68 bells would be plenty. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be like super elaborate, but there are little details I would work out. Yeah. And you know, it doesn't matter how many bells I want in my clock tower. You got to make the money to build it first, you know. And I want to keep doing that, you know. Building my clock towered mansion's more important than getting laid. Taking care of Puff is more important than getting laid.
Diesel get up in arms about this. I've really missed this. Esther, I mean, I agree with you. The Bank of England, get on with fixing the economic crisis.
It's the optics of this that's even more frustrating, because you don't want a news story of the Bank of England, paying for their employees gender transitioning when there are clearly bigger issues at hand here. And
I'm like, I kind of agree with the black woman here on this. Is you don't want to hear about the Bank of England paying for the transition surgery. I fully agree. Like, okay, you know what? If you're trans, good on you. You're stunning and brave, and I commend you for your journey. But it's not everyone else's job to pay for your transitioning. If I wanted, like, okay, let me ask you this. Let's say I found a church bell that I was obsessed with, and I'm like, oh, I just had to have it, you know. I wouldn't make someone else pay for it. I'd figure out how much it costs to buy it and then to ship it to Casper, Wyoming, and then I'd just save up money to pay for it. I wouldn't make someone else pay for it, you know. And that's reasonable.
I think it's just this obsession with companies that feel like they have to, talk about.
It's the obsession because if they don't talk about it or support it in some way, shape, or form, they get canceled. People are so afraid to get canceled and speak their mind that they'll pander to the 1% that thinks they control everything. And it's like, you're a pushover, dude. That you can support trans people without being a pushover.
these issues all the time. I'm just happy for a business to function as a business. I don't need to know their stance on gender identity or anything like that.
Shockingly, I actually agree.
Well, that's in itself a shocking moment. Do any of you have a view about Johnny Best and the way he was out at Lords?
No, I saw this. My dad showed me. This was the clip where
What did your dad say?
My dad said that it was perhaps slightly unfair to have knocked him out, and that there should have been. What did he say? That it should have been reviewed or something, and that ordinarily that's what would have happened because there was some precedent.
Your dad's right.
Okay.
No idea.
No view? No view.
Let's
brilliant pack today. It's great to have you back.
Lovely to see you back.
Really, I nearly almost enjoyed that segment. It's been great. I really missed you.
Well, that's the end of that.
It's Wednesday, folks, so you know it's time
Badlands
for
Chugs,
What
hold
a
up.
Chug. Will it be the returning champ, Propel, or will it be the brand new challenger, Liquid Death?
Badlands
We got them both
Chugs.
here, folks.
Don't touch
So
that
which
mouse,
one is getting
motherfucker.
the chug today? Drum roll, please.
Power to the people. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Brand new by a landslide. Liquid Death.
You may be seeing me do like chugs on my YouTube channel. I'm not meant to like chug unless I can actually pull it off kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like, all of a sudden Cobra's just chugging beverages on his channel, where's that coming from? I want to give a shout out to Badlands Chugs. I don't care if he's Christian, yo. He inspired me to do more chugging like activity on my channel. Oh, fuck.
Addicted Mallet. Enough talk.
Yeah. Badlands Chugs was featured on an episode of Beavis and Butthead. This guy's legend. Oh, shit. 3 seconds or less.
Yeah. Watermelon flavor.
Yeah, Badlands Chugs is one of the black YouTubers I follow. And like I said in previous videos, it's not about him being black. It's about the energy he provides. I don't like to make it about race. You know what I'm saying? But like if people want to make it about, oh my God, Cobra, you're so progressive because you follow black YouTubers. I'm like, you know what? That's your opinion. You know, I could give a shit if Dame drops mostly healthy food reviews and Badlands Chugs. I could give a shit if they're black, you know? It's about the energy they provide in their videos. And we gotta stop making it about being black, white, straight, cisgendered, trans, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Sick of it, dude. Bloody, oh, hello. Yeah. 1 second.
Hey guys, what's up? Today we've got fun new bikinis. The theme is animal print. I have a lot of different.
Yeah, we're gonna watch this. I'm not gonna be doing nothing suspicious. My hands are right here.
To show you guys. I want to know
Amaranth, how you doing?
what's your favorite. If you haven't already, make sure you're following all my socials. Links in the description below. Even has a link to my.
Like, I know I ain't got no shot with Amaranth, but god damn it, this redhead is hot. I'd say the same thing if she was black, to be honest. Okay, there were just some women that are just so fucking hot. You're like,
More fun content. We just had 4th of July over here in America. Leave a comment below telling me what country you're from and what are some of your national holidays.
what country am I from, Amaranth? I'm from the same awesome country you're from, and that's called America. I'm from the good old state of Wyoming. Yes, sir. Where are my Wyoming nights at? Let's go. Let's have a drink. It's the weekend. If you want to chug along with Cobra, you don't have to have alcohol to chug with me. But if you happen to have some alcohol and fucking drink with me, dude.
All right, let's get to it. So for this bikini, it's super cute. We have some pink leopard print. I love this color, how bright it is, the contrast. The fit is very nice as well, super comfortable.
Leopard print, pour some sugar on me.
Adjustability back here with the little hip ties. Very nice. Ties around the neck and the back. Super cute one. Tell me what you think about this color in the comments below. I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah, well, I think Amaranth looks gorgeous in every bikini she tries on, so pardon me for the obnoxious male behavior, but oh god!
And it's very supportive.
No,
So
she's
that's
in all the
great.
right places.
Material seems like it's pretty high quality. It's not like it'll break anytime soon.
And yo, I ain't gonna try nothing with Amaranth because, like, you know, I get stalked and harassed by a bunch of random assholes on the internet. And it's just about representing myself as a part of the male gender. But we're going to address the elephant in the room. Amaranth is fucking hot. And you want to call me a simp? Well, then you're just simp shaming. If you can't admit that Amaranth is hot and I support her videos without being called a simp, then I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Very nice. And
Because I kind of feel like that simp shaming is like the male form of slut shaming for females, you know? It's bullshit.
it has its own cups in there. You can make the cups as wide or as thin as you want by moving along with the bottom string. Super cute.
I've already watched this bikini try-on haul, and I think my favorite would have to be the snakeskin print at the end. They all look amazing on Amaranth. She's just an all-around gorgeous female.
Tell me in the comments below which bikini color do you like the best of them?
Ah. That's what I'm saying, YouTube. Hot chicks are a dime a dozen, dude. People want to be like, oh, we scared Alicia Rhodey off. Ha 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 ha. And I'm like, that's no skin off my shoes. There are plenty of hot women to adore. Oh.
There's a snake on my boob.
There's a snake on.
That's so good.
She making fun of like Woody from Toy Story, where he's like, "There's a snake in my boots." Clever. Oh, Cobra, you're a hypocrite for preaching about how Barbie sets an unrealistic expectation for body type, and here you are drooling over Amaranth. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. To a point, go fuck yourself. Women expect men to be a certain way because they're put under certain expectations too. And that's how society works. There's a snake on my boobs. Like, yeah, I got a snake I'd put between your boobs. You like king cobras? I'm obnoxious, but I'm not gonna try anything. Calm down. Ah, jeez. I made a titty fucking joke and it, yeah. In all seriousness, no, you should never titty fuck a chick or fuck a chick in general unless she's into it. I gotta pause that for a second and take a sip of my Fourloco because this is on a hot summer's eve. It's just like, oh, aren't you delicious? When Amaranth came out about how abusive her boyfriend was, I was immediately disgusted. Not because she's hot, but because I'm sick and tired of men getting a bad rep. And because I'm tired of women getting abused. Like, okay, he's a little bit obnoxious, but Cobra has good morals. That's honestly how I feel about it. And keep in mind, it's not real snake skin. This is just a print, a design to look like said animal product. I would certainly hope that Amaranth doesn't use actual animal for her bikinis. I'd probably be like, no. Like, no offense to Amaranth, but I love animals and I'm very protective of them. Every animal is important in this beautiful ecosystem we call Mother Earth. Mother Earth, man.
All right, that's it for this try on. If you want to see some.
I mean, if you want to watch this video, I'll put it in chat. Show Amaranth some love. But god damn it, YouTube, I warn you. I warn you, YouTube. You may have to pause the King Cobra stream to take care of some issues. The Brits would call that having a wank. And you know what? There are going to be some women who call me a pig for finding Amaranth attractive. But like, no one calls you a slut for finding dudes with six-pack abs attractive. Because as soon as you do, you're slut shaming. It's like you can't call it simp shaming when a dude finds big boobs attractive. Total double standard, dude. Kiss my fucking MGTOW feminist ass. It's all right to find Amaranth attractive as long as you don't try anything. Cobra's getting drunk tonight. I'm working on it. And I'm definitely working on it. I poured the rest of that sour apple into our goblet here. So we can't touch another Fourloco until I fucking drink the one I have. The problem with the dating scene is that women and men both are shallow and they expect the other side to quit being such an asshole. And it creates this hypocritical double standard. And it just gets to a point where I don't want to deal with it. And I'm like, you know what? As long as you ain't a fucking sicko, who cares if you have high standards? It's your body, it's your right. Don't let anyone, regardless of gender, say your standards are too high. That's what I'm saying, YouTube. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I extend that to both genders. Don't let anyone say just because you're fat, you're not allowed to have preferences for a dude with six-pack abs, ladies. And don't let any dude or chick say you're not allowed to have high standards because you're creepy looking or whatever. Fuck that shit. It's your body, it's your time, and you will find the partner you desire on the dating scene. Just keep being patient, keep doing your thing, and keep bettering yourself. I'm gonna have to dip into my iTunes collection for a second because I feel a little, you know. You start getting obnoxious and you're like, you want to listen, you know, even if you're not getting obnoxious to certain songs. Plugging the headphones in while I listen to the music doesn't do shit for the audience because you're still going to hear the song out loud. Mama's gonna wear her hair. Oh, I'm naughty. Cobra encouraging bad habits on YouTube. I mean, don't do drugs. It's bad for you. Fourlocos and some Ozzy Osbourne in a good evening set, man. I'll tell you what. Nobody wants to hear politics. They want to see me get drunk and jam Ozzy. Okay, so I got you. Many times this shit straight up tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. Oh, that's good. Hold on 1 second, Ozzy, I love you. But like, hold on 1 second, no homo, okay? We got some. Oh, fucking hell. Excuse me. This tastes like watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Oh, shit. People are like, I want a Fourloco challenge. And I'm like, well, you're not going to twist my autistic nipples that hard. I'll see what I can do. Oh, you give me the money and I'll make it happen. God damn. Give me a second. I know it's super pathetic that I'm getting this wasted after X amount. Like, you're not even four locals in, and you're already like, you know what? Fuck the haters. I can see why this is a challenge. Because me being the person that I am, like, oh, this ain't gonna be nothing. I'm not trying to dog my fans on a four local challenge. But I definitely underestimated how it would make me feel. Oh man. I'm not trying to be a huge pussy, but goddamn.